الرحيم. هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا؟ إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا. إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا وإما كفورا. إنا أعتدنا للكافرين سلاسل وأغلالا وسعيرا. إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله يفجرونها تفجيرا. يوفون بالنذر ويخافون يوما كان شره مستطيرا. ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. إنا نخاف من ربنا يوما عبوسا قمطريرا. فوقاهم الله شر ذلك اليوم ولقاهم نظرة وسرورا. وجزاهم بما صبروا جنة وحريرا متكئين فيها على الأرائك لا يرون فيها شمسا ولا زمهريرا. متكئين فيها على الأرائك لا يرون فيها شمسا ولا زمهريرا. ودانية عليهم ظلالها وذللت قطوفها تظليلا. ويطاف عليهم بآنية من فضة وأكواب كانت قوارير من فضة قدروها تقديرا. ويسقون فيها كأسا كان مزاجها زنجبيلا عينا فيها تسمى سلسبيلا. ويطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون إذا رأيتهم حسبتهم لؤلؤا منثورا. وإذا رأيت ثم رأيت نعيما وملكا كبيرا. عاليهم ثياب سندس خضر واستبرق وحلوا أساور من فضة وسقاهم ربهم شرابا طهورا. إن هذا كان لكم جزاء وكان سعيكم مشكورا. إنا نحن نزلنا عليك القرآن تنزيلا. فاصبر لحكم ربك ولا تطع منهم آثما أو كفورا. واذكر اسم ربك بكرة وأصيلا. ومن الليل فاسجد له وسبحه ليلا طويلا. إن هؤلاء يحبون العاجلة ويذرون وراءهم يوما ثقيلا. إن هؤلاء يحبون العاجلة ويذرون وراءهم يوما ثقيلا. نحن خلقناهم وشددنا أسرهم وإذا شئنا بدلنا أمثالهم تبديلا. إن هذه تذكرة فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا. وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله. إن الله كان عليما حكيما. يدخل من يشاء في رحمته والظالمين أعد لهم عذابا أليما. صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق الرسول النبي الكريم. ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन इहदिनस सिरातल मुस्तक़ीम सिरातल लज़ीना अनअमता अलैहिम गैरिल मग़्दूबि अलैहिम वलद्दालीन बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम क़ुल हुवल्लाहु अहद अल्लाहुस समद lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम क़ुल हुवल्लाहु अहद अल्लाहुस समद lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu कुफुवन अहद बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम क़ुल हुवल्लाहु अहद lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu اللهم انزل على أهل القبور السرور اللهم انزل على أهل القبور السرور اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك قريب مجيب الدعوات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على حبيبك سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على
अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्लाहुम्मा इन्नी अफ़्ततहुस सना बिहम्दिका अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहिल मालिकिल मुल्कि मुजरिल फुल्कि मुसख्खिरिर रियाहि खालिक़िल इस्बाहि दय्यालिद दीन रब्बिल आलमीन। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहिल्लज़ी हदाना लिहाज़ा वमा कुन्ना लिनहतदिया लौला अन हदाना अल्लाह लक़द जाअत रुसुलु रब्बिना बिल हक़ मुहम्मदुन व अब्दुका व रसूलुका व अमीनुका व सफ़्वतिका व खैरतिही मिन ख़ल्क़िका व मुबल्लिगा रिसालातिका अफ़ज़ला व अहसना व अकमला व अजमला व लिअलीन अमीरुल मुमिनीन व वसीय रसूल रब्बिल आलमीन व आयतुल कुबरा व नबाइल अज़ीम माशाअल्लाह माशाअल्लाह सदीक़तुत ताहिरतुत फ़ातिमतुज़ ज़हरा सय्यदतुन निसाइल आलमीन सिद्दीक़ रहमत इमामुल हुदा अल हसन वल हुसैन सय्यदा शबाब अहलिल जन्नह वल अइम्मतुल मुस्लिमीन अली इब्न हुसैन मुहम्मद इब्न अली जाफर इब्न मुहम्मद व मूसा इब्न जाफर व अली इब्न मूसा व मुहम्मद इब्न अली व अली इब्न मुहम्मद वल हसन इब्न अली हुज्जतुल क़ाइम अलैहिमुस सलाम सल्लल्लाहु मुहम्मद व सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद। अम्मा बाद, आज हमें फिर ये सादत हासिल हुई है कि हम सैयदुश शुहदा के गम को बर्पा करने के लिए यहाँ पे इकट्ठा हुए हैं, जो कि बहुत पहली मुहर्रम की रात है। हज़रत, ये एक शरफ है कि हमको सैयदुश शुहदा का जिक्र सुनना और सैयदा के जिक्र सुनाने का मौका मिल रहा है, क्योंकि नज़रे मौला में गोहर रोल दिए जाते हैं। नज़रे मौला में गोहर रोल दिए जाते हैं, तोहफे भी मुझे अनमोल दिए जाते हैं। हाथ मातम के लिए कब्र में आजाद रहे, इसलिए बंदे कफन खोल दिए जाते हैं। इसलिए बंदे कफन खोल दिए जाते हैं। नारे सलवात दुआ से बुलंद अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद। Without any delay, yesterday Qibla was addressing us about the fact that in the postmodernized world we get to know that people saying that there is no absolute truth. However, there is a truth, and that truth, that Haq is Allah, and the people who follow Allah are the Allah's truth. Today Janab will be addressing on this particular issue. With undue respect, I humbly call upon Janab Farshori Sahab to come on the member and address the Majlis. Wa Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद बुलंदर सलावत। हबीबे खुदा खत्मुल अंबिया सैयदा सलामुल्लाह अलैहा फातिमातुज़ ज़हरा सलामुल्लाह अलैहा सलावत।
Surah Al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ منحته القائلون ولا يحصي نعماءه العادون ولا يعد حق المجتهدون، الذي لا يدرك بعد الهمم ولا يناله غوص الفطر. وصلى الله على سيدنا مولانا حبيب إله العالمين وخاتم النبيين ورحمة الله العالمين، من هو قال مكارم الأخلاق وخلق عظيم، المصطفى الأمجد محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى من هو عند الرسول أخي وابن عمي ووسي ووارثي وموضع سري، أبو الحسنين مولى القونين إمام الثقلين يعصوب الدين، رئيس الموحدين قائد الغر المهجلين سيد المتقين وأمير المؤمنين، أسد الله الغالب غالب على كل غالب مظهر العجائب، علي بن أبي طالب. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين، ولعنة الله على القوم الظالمين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، صلى الله عليك يا أبا عبد الله، صلى الله عليك يا ابن رسول الله، يا رحمة الله الواسعة، يا باب نجاة الأمة، يا عبرة لكل مؤمن ومؤمنات، يا غريب يا مظلوم كربلاء، فيا ليتني يا ليتني كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات. اللهم صل على محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Postmodernism, as we discussed yesterday, is the name of the phase this world is in right now. The world is changing around us, as we discussed. And we don't even know the reason why we are in so much pain as a community. And many of the issues come from the phase the world is going in. Postmodernism is an era in which there is an attitude of skepticism and irony over everything, and a rejection of religion and anything which explains history, and it is a complete denial of anything that is true. There is no objective truth, no reality. There is just your truth, my truth, her truth, his truth, and their truth. The idea being there's no one single reality anymore. And the world is going in that direction. This means that postmodernism denies the idea that there is one such thing which is true, even one thing. It denies it. In objective reality, which means in the world, nothing is actually true. So for a postmodernist, let's say I think something is absolutely certain. I believe I have fully yaqeen in something. In the world we live in, that thing just exists in my mind. If I die, the idea dies. If there's an entire community and they all believe one thing, well, that's true for them. There is nothing else except what they believe. There is only the sum of their culture. This leads to a problem. And the problem is called relativism. It means if I have my version of right and wrong, and you have your version, there's no such thing as right and wrong. There's just what I decide is right for me, and you decide what's right for you. There's no one thing which is, this is good. There's no one thing which this is bad. And in the world we live in, this is the direction we are going towards. We are denying that there is one idea of right and wrong. Okay. Also, postmodernism has no authority to choose what is more right than the other thing. If I'm doing an action in the world today, I could be doing the worst deed, and we're going in a direction where no one has the right to correct me because this is what I feel like I identify as doing, and you have your approach. So what can we use to correct one another if there's no one truth? If you have, for example, a currency, like the dollar, or the British pound, or the euro, that's one reference point, and we can measure value based on that one thing. Like if I'm selling you oranges, you can judge the value of those oranges based on the value I give to those oranges. And if someone sells them for double the price, you expect it to double the quality. We have something to judge between my oranges, some standard. Here is pounds. But in postmodernism, there is no one right or wrong. So how can I know if I'm on hub or you are on hub? Nothing differentiates us anymore. And the world like that is going in that direction. This idea of postmodernism came from a theory called hyperreality, which is a strange phrase, but I know you all know what it means when I describe it, inshallah. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. There was a French philosopher who looked at how we use social media, our mobiles, our phones, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, and when we observe news. And he found that the more and more we use social media, the more we are constructing our own reality on social media, which is not the same as our real life. I'll give you an example. You go on someone's profile. They always post the best possible thing they are doing in their life when they're on holiday, when they are with people, when they are with nice cars and good food. The food service are next level. That's what they post. But their life is not just the good things. Life is built of good and bad things. But the reality they build for themselves online is only on one thing. The good things that you go through. Okay. Then you've got filters. The young people know what I'm talking about. The old people, just bear with me. Or you take a picture. You can apply filters to the image to make it look better than it was in real life. You can take out certain shading. You can add in certain effects. And you can make what's your reality look more beautiful online than in real life. This is called hyper-reality.
MashaAllah.
You create your own reality for yourself. Hyper-reality is when you start to believe that reality is haq. So I believe all I am is my social media presence. I believe all you are is the idea of you put on the internet. I believe a celebrity is worth following because when online they have so many likes and followers and subscribers. So I want to be like them. They did a poll of children, and in every poll they did, the #1 job a child wants to be is a YouTuber. Every poll. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber. Why? Because all they're watching is someone online making their own reality, and it looks amazing. They have so much editing and pasting and fantastic videos which are so attractive to the eye. Hyper-reality is thinking that's real, when in truth that's just a production, that's not reality. Postmodernism believes there's no such thing as right and wrong. There is just an idea of haq which can exist online, in real, in my mind, in your mind, but not in reality. Islam is the opposite. Okay? Islam is completely the opposite. Islam begins with haqq. It doesn't find haqq as mine and yours. There is only one reality. La ilaha illallah. It's a whole different mentality. There is no deity, no God, nothing which is worth worshipping illallah azza wa jalla, except Allah. Here I've begun with haqq. Allah the Bible, when speaking about this verse, says that La ilah means there are many ideas which people have about this word. La ilah means none of those ideas are real. Illallah haqiqat. Except Allah who exists in the real world, in haqiqat. All those ilah are wahm, they are just ideas. Only Allah is existing in the real world. Okay. Ayat al-Mutahari expands and says that many people who think they know Allah, they have an idea of God. But that idea of God was never actually Allah. For example, the person who goes and blows themselves up and says the name of God, and they say Allah will accept their terrorism, and Allah wants them to commit war, and Allah wishes to kill all non-Muslims. Is that Allah even real? No, it's an idea they have of God. It's not real Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La ilaha illallah means there is only one existing true Allah. And all those ideas are just ideas. Only Allah is haqiqat. This idea needs a lot more discussion about how we come to the world with haqq and find reality through haqq. And postmodernism and the world we are in is trying to take haqq away from you. And the way to resist them from taking haqq away from you is to go back to Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam. Imam al-Hussein on the day of Ashura told you, even if the whole world lets go of haqq, even if 30,000 people stand against haqq, even if you speak for the sake of truth, you will be killed, still stand and still speak for truth. And we're only going to solve the issue today of postmodernism if we understand why Abu Abdullah can stand with such honor and izzah and shuja'at for haqq. But to get to that point, we have to go through the idea that Allah is haqq, and from there, everything comes from that area, inshallah. So that's our discussion today. In fact, Khurshid made a beautiful khulasa of today's discussion. What is haqq, and how can we find the people of haqq, inshallah? Are you guys with me, inshallah? If you are with me, Awazibran Salawat. We begin with Allah being haqq, like I mentioned. We read the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah is truth. Not He has truth, no, He says truth. He is truth. That's the first point. وَأَنَّهُ يُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. He is the one who revives the dead and is power over all things, only because He is haqq. It is a name of God, al-haqq. He is the truth. And as we know in our aqaid, the names of God are not just attributes which don't mean anything. They are part of Allah's wujud. Okay? It's not like you have Allah and He has beauty sometimes, and He has respect sometimes, He has mercy sometimes, He has power sometimes, adl sometimes, haqq sometimes. No. There is a unity between all of the names of God and His dhat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His essence is composed of all of these beautiful asma happening at once. He is al-Jameel, He is al-Jamal, He is al-Qadir and al-Rahman and al-Rahim and al-Haq. Okay. If you go to books of philosophy, they don't refer to Allah as Allah, they just call Him Haq. So if you're reading a book of philosophy, Islamic philosophy, they'll say, here are 5 proofs for Haq. And the reader knows they only mean Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is the truth. There's nothing else except Allah as being the truth.